We're here with another visitor from my generation. Esther Slack, we went to high school together once upon a time. Please tell us about your fond memories of Mr. Erickson.
Well, he was a tennis coach of mine, and I think that the most important thing is he always made me feel special. I don't know, I'm sure he did it with everybody, but he just seemed like a real student kind of administrator. He was a history teacher and, like I said, a coach, and no matter how bad we did in a tennis game or good, he always was so encouraging and made us feel like we could do it, and that he loved to be with us, and he was just always laughing and just encouraging, just always made people feel good. And to this day I'd see him 20 years later, 15 years later, and he still acts like he is just thrilled to see me and my family, and he's just one of those special men that should be in with kids and should be in a teaching position, and he just knew how to motivate kids and make them feel like what they were doing was important and mattered. So awesome. I think he's earned his retirement, and I hope he enjoys it.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. All right, we were talking with Dave Fulmer. He knows Dr. Ellefsen and Mr. Erickson outside of the school system, so we get a different perspective on these two characters. Dave, tell us some of your fond memories.
Roy Ellison and I have been friends ever since I moved to Sanpete County 15 years ago. We lived in the same neighborhood. I served in a bishopric with him when he was the bishop. I was one of his counselors. So I got to know him on a pretty personal level that way. And in addition to that, we've done a thing called music therapy for many, many years. Every Monday afternoon, or as many Monday afternoons as we can do it, we get together and listen to classical music together because we both love classical music. And so we've shared many hours of sitting in front of the stereo. I've known Roy in situations in the bishopric, and that's where I learned about him being a great human being and so concerned about other people, and just doing the very best he can to help other people. He's just a great guy.
That's the general consensus we've been getting.
Yeah, I guess you've been hearing that a lot today, and I wish I could.
But
say
it's
something.
true.
It's like saying, "Oh, that baby's so cute." It's rather redundant, Roy Ellison's a great guy. That baby's really cute.
I'm sure someone's referred to Roy Ellison as saying that baby's real cute at some point in his life. Huh?
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, he is a wonderful friend. I'm not a real gregarious person. I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones that I do have, I really highly value, and Roy is one of those people. As a matter of fact, I asked him to speak at my funeral one day.
Really?
If I happen to go first.
Okay.
Which I probably will, because I have more dangerous hobbies than Roy does.
We're talking with Mary, it's Mary Worrell. I'm going to say what, but Mary Fulmer.
Mary Fulmer Worrell.
Okay. Oh, are you a hyphenated?
I am hyphenated.
Okay,
yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Now, you've taken a class or two from Dr. Ellefsen?
I took humanities and choir and English and French.
Tell us some of your fonder memories of Dr. Ellefsen.
Fonder memories. I love being in choir. It was like, I don't know, it was like the class that I think he loved the most. So you would get to see, you would like have funny jokes. I remember this one time, he was trying to get us not to breathe through a stanza, because you're not supposed to take a breath in between the phrases. And so, but the boys kept breathing, and so he stopped us. He's like, stop. And so he sings the phrase like all the way through, and then he has breath left over, and carries out the note, and then he stops. He's like, so, if an old man like me can sing all the way through this stanza with breath to spare, surely, handsome, strong, fit young men in the prime of your lives can do it. And then Russ Beck, who was like a big guy, he's like, what about us fat guys? And Roy laughed, and he thought it was pretty good. So that was one of my fonder memories of choir.
We're in for a treat.
Well, when I think of Roy Ellison, I think of one of his favorite jokes, and he always likes jokes that have to do with puns or plays on words, of course, because he's an English teacher. And I guess this is one of his favorite jokes. But anyway, there was this old man that lived by himself. He's like 87 years old, and his as I say, living by himself, and some of his friends thought that he should have a sexual experience in his advanced age. And so they hire this floozy to go over there to this old man's apartment, and she's wearing a mink coat, and that's all she's wearing. And she knocks on the door, and when the old man opens the door, she flings the fur coat open and she says, "I'm here to give you super sex." And the old man goes, "Well, I guess I'll have the soup."